Hello everyone, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Riker Comics, and the time has come. We are going to open all of these packages that you can't probably even see the top of, so stay tuned. Alright, so like I said, we're going to open all these packages up. I got my trusty box cutter here with the little safety guard on it, and just in case is like a sharp little... Alright, so I'm going to start off with little packages to the largest packages. But the first one I'm starting off here is from my good friend Rod the Ricken. When I first started out, Rod had reached out, or someone referred me to Rod, and with open arms he just welcomed me right in and took care of me as a channel that was just starting out. So I am nothing but appreciative for Rod. I've been on his game show, Lame or Frame. That was a lot of fun, although I did suck. So it is what it is, but I had a lot of fun, and Rod has been such a nice guy. So let's see what we got from Rod. And always cut towards you, never away. Don't care what anybody tells you. That's a joke. Don't ever do that. It's always away. Got some tape in here. Just work with me. So there's something for everybody in here. So stay tuned. I'm sure when we get there, you're going to find some of these pretty cool. A lot of diverse books. This is packaged up really well. Got the masking tape with the pull tabs. And I've been hanging on some of these packages I've been collecting for about almost a month. Just saving them up. I wanted to do a video, and next thing you know it, 20 more packages came in. So I just figured, you know what, I'll make one video for everything. Alright, so got some stuff here from Rod. Got this picture. I'm gonna have to hang that one up. Very cool. Got some social media cards here from Rod. I'm gonna have to share these as well. Like I said, Rod's been nothing but nice to me. Very nice guy. Very welcoming, and this is just his little logo there. Very cool. I think this is gonna be a big mess. Get my trusty garbage there. All right, so this is Rod's exclusive from Second Sight Publishing for The Edge #2, and I believe this is a Gen 13 homage cover. So there's the trade dress and the virgin variant, and these are both really cool. I haven't read The Edge yet, but I'm gonna have to give this a shot, see what it's all about. So Rod, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. You're such a great guy. Set these off to the side, and what's nice is now I have a couple extra Gemini books that I can use when I sell my orders. My books, either most of the time I sell them on eBay. I'd like to sell them somewhere else, but I just don't want to come across as somebody that's just out there to sell their books. But I'm sure people don't look at it that way. Alright, so the next one, and some of these are packaged up, well, I'm not too sure about it. You know, they use envelope paper. I hope there's a box inside or some form of cardboard. This one, the guy probably had his kid right on there. Please don't bend. Whether that works or not, I don't know. I had some UPS driver the one time, or he worked the warehouse, I believe, and he said the ones that said fragile on it, they'd beat those up the most. And that's from someone that worked directly there, so that tells me a lot. But this one actually came in, it's not bent. Just have 2 pieces of cardboard and a comic sandwich between. I know I tell you to cut away, but I usually cut towards me. Just in a nice, controlled manner. Alright. Oh, here we go. So this one, again, Robert the G-Man, he's been hooking me up with all the advice he can. He doesn't want to see me end up in a bad spot as far as investing in comics. He doesn't want me to waste my hard-earned money, and I respect that and appreciate it a lot. It's nice that he's looking out for me. So I do take his advice, and this book right here, I believe, will prove that. Hopefully he's proud of this decision. I know I am. So when it comes to me investing in general, I typically have, I believe, 3 categories that I invest in. One is stocks, and that's where I started. I got lucky on a penny stock, and then ever since then I was hooked. But that probably wasn't the best thing to happen to me, because you know, you get that beginner's luck and you think it's going to happen all the time, and that wasn't the case. It was a large learning curve for me. Alright, I'm just going to screw with this tape later. The next one I got into then was cryptocurrency, and that has been good to me as well. So I didn't get into that originally, just kind of later after it took a big dump and it started to come back up again. That's when I started to get in. So I'm well ahead of the game with crypto. You know, I think there's a lot of possibilities with cryptocurrency in the future, and NFTs and stuff like that. So crypto, I've been focusing more on crypto than I have stocks, just because stocks have kind of not been doing much here lately unless you're in the right one or two. So some of my money's going to crypto, and then the third is comics. So crypto's starting to do well again, and I don't like to put my money in at the top, so I'm just letting that do its thing until it shows me another good opportunity to start putting my money in there. And like I said, stocks, that's just kind of going flat and sideways. So this month I put a lot of money into comics, as you can see, my investment money, that is. So here we go, and this one's cool. This is Fantastic Four King Size Special number 4, and it is in pretty solid condition. Now, I got the annual number 1 several months ago, but I don't have any other Fantastic Four annuals, so I really like these covers. I like the older books in general for the art. It's just so cool. It's amazing the work that they did back then, and you know, it's still nice to look at even today. So I appreciate the history of these, the vintageness, the art. That's what I really like about these older books. Oh, let me put this in the thick sleeve. So that's an old one there for you guys looking out for those vintage books. I tell you, there's something for everyone in here. So if you're thinking about skipping to the end, don't do it. Follow along with everybody else. There's something in there for you. Alright, so it's another envelope package, and I have general ideas what's in these boxes, but not exactly. You know, I know what I ordered, I just don't know which box it's in, so I'm going to be just as surprised as you opening these up. Alright, a lot of cardboard in that one. Throw it there. Need to speed this up, right? Or else it's going to be an hour-long unboxing. Cut. Like an assassin on this knife. Slice and dice. More tape. You know, I appreciate the securedness of the packages, but at the same time, why is it so difficult? Okay. More tape. More scotch tape. Let's see if that can. So some of these books are investment books, some are spec books, some are just books that I wanted to add to my collection in general, and this is just one of those books that I wanted to add to my collection in general, and that is Stray Dogs. I believe this is number 5. Yes. One of the exclusive covers. Now, I've been watching these exclusives for a while, but just waiting for the right price. And this one was a twofer, so I got 2 of them, and the price was right. And I think I negotiated a lot of these down quite a bit, because I figure if they say no, whatever, I just won't buy them. But, you know, so some of my offers or bids were a little low, knowing they were low. But like I said, if they said no or they came back with a half decent price, then I'd pull the trigger. So that's what's been happening lately. Gotta find somewhere to put these. So there's Stray Dogs, The Edge from Mr. Rod the Ricken, and Fantastic Four King Size number 4. Alright. So let's get some of these others. Alright, so as it turns out, I was down here unboxing by myself, talking to my camera while it wasn't recording anymore because I ran out of storage. So I've been having a lot of phone problems as far as getting these videos recorded, but I'm just gonna start back up. So I did the work for a lot of these. I already unboxed them, took them out because I thought I was still doing the video, so I'm just gonna show you what I got. So this one here is Evil Ernie number 0, the Platinum Edition, and the reason I got this one is because there is a 4-state Comic-Con in Harrisburg. So I live in Pennsylvania, and there's 3 artists, I believe, or writers that are going to attend, and one of them is Mark McKenna. So I looked up Mark McKenna's work, saw this Evil Ernie that he had done the art for, so I'm hoping to go down there and get Mark to sign this copy. I think that'd be really cool. That'd be my first in-person signing. Well, I don't have any in person or sent out, so it'd be my first signing in general, so I think that'd be really cool. So that's my plans for that. Alrighty, so let's get into this. So like I said, I already opened these boxes with myself, but what I got here is Barbaric number 1, and one of them is John Gallagher exclusive, and the other is Hal Lauren exclusive, and this is a homage to God Country, and both of these are really cool. So I got a couple issues of each one. So I'm going to put these back here. So I've been really specking hard on Barbaric. It's been so good. I don't have a problem getting a couple copies and some of the exclusives. So the next one I have here is Stray Dogs number 5, and this is another exclusive. I just forget which one, but that one's cool as well. I'm trying to collect all of these exclusives except for some of the higher priced ones like Poltergeist and the Blair Witch Project. They're just a little too out of my price range, so I'm trying to get the cheaper ones right now. And then I got 7 copies of The Nice House on the Lake number 1. Everybody's already seen these, but we'll see what's going to happen. I know James Tynion is taking a 6-month-long break because of his departure from DC, and that's when they'll start up after number 6 again. So they're gonna go to number 6, take a 6-month break, and then start up from there. So we'll see what happens during that break. See if people still hang on or not. Hopefully so. I will. I've been enjoying it so far. So the next spec book I have here is Radiant Black number 1, and I have read it. I am reading it. It's been really good so far, but some people said there might be hopes for Radiant Black in the future. We'll see. So I just picked up a few extra copies. I know these, when they first came out, a bunch of them have been sitting on the shelf for quite some time, and I should have picked them up back then, but you know how it goes. So the next one I have here is Infamous Iron Man number 1, and this cover's pretty cool, but there's some spec around this, something with Dr. Doom. I believe it's his first costume or appearances. I forget. Look it up, kids. Infamous Iron Man number 1. But I got this for a great deal. It's in really good condition. Specking on that one a little bit, not too crazy. The next here I have 5 copies of Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 1. So this is her first series, first issue. So I bought, like I said, 5 issues of that. We'll see if that does anything or not. Who knows? I don't feel super compelled with that one. Same thing here. It's Eat the Rich number 1. So I bought this before I even read the story, which to me in my mind was a mistake. I should have at least read it and seen if it was any good or not, what people thought, because it don't really matter what I think. You know, in a sense it does, because you're supposed to collect what you like, and I'm a firm believer in that. But it turns out I did like the story. I thought it was a little slow until the end, and then they really got into, you know, where they plan on taking the story, and it was good. So I'm glad about that. And then the next one here is Dark Knights Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knights. So this is the first appearance of King, or the Robin King. So I only bought 2 of these. I know I struggled to even find this copy when it first came out, but I just got 2 copies of that. The next one here is Blue Flame by Vault #1, and this is the older style cover. And I believe this is Vault's first superhero, so that's a little interesting. And again, I'm not specking too hard on this one, but we'll see what this one does. If Vault is able to build some type of universe and include these characters in it later down the road, somewhat similar to Marvel or DC, maybe they have something there. The next one is Berserker #1. This was just a raw copy of the 9.8 that I already had, and I got this one for a really good price. It's in good condition, so I figured why not. I know Berserker's really promoting that movie and Keanu Reeves, and you know, sooner or later those #1s are going to start to disappear, and if people really dig the movie and where the series goes, they may be looking for them in the future. Who knows? There may be too many to, you know, the print run was really high, but we'll see. Might as well grab them while they're cheap. So I have a long-term view on a lot of this stuff, so I don't plan on flipping anything or selling anything. So my outlook is 20 plus years from now. You know, I may sell off things, you know, because right now everything's popping up. So I don't want to sell something that may pop up and be out of it. So I'm just letting things go. I'm keeping everything that I have, and eventually I will sell off what I don't want or need, or there's no value to it, and kind of just do a purge that way, get rid of those books, and then, you know, start collecting again. And I've already done that, because when I first started out, I bought a lot of lots, comic book lots, and there was a lot of stuff in there that I didn't really want or need or thought was cool. So I have a stack over there that I have listed on eBay, and some of those things are selling, but my general long-term goal is just to hold these, and for most of these, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not planning on things making a quick buck tomorrow, but in the long term, we'll see. So this is Wolverine #14, and this is the Stegman variant, and I just think this cover is so cool. He did such a phenomenal job. And when these variants come out, if there's a variant that I like, I will hold off on buying cover A until I find that variant, and I'll just put that money that I would have put towards cover A towards the variant, and I buy what I like. So that was the reasoning behind that. I think we're all caught up, so we'll get back into it. Alright, so continuing on, still got quite a little stack here yet. Thank you if you stuck around this long. Still got some cool things in here. I think that big book is second to last, so let's get this stuff cut up. And then here I have 2 copies of Spawn 320, the homage cover. I think these are so cool. I have a ton of Spawn homage covers up there, and they ended up being worth some money, so that's what I'm hoping with that. I know that just came out, and it's really not showing any type of increase right now, maybe a small bit. Who knows? That's quite a bit of speculation, but just going by history and some of the other homage covers that Todd McFarlane had done and what they're going for now, it's not a crazy amount, but I like Spawn. I like collecting Spawn. I like the variants. I like the homage covers on any comic book, so it just fit into what I like. Alright, so that's what we got here. Looks like a bubble pad, pad craft, and some cardboard boxes. Even some of these are packaged with minimal materials, but they're done really well. This one's solid. Okay. One more button to do. This is another Barbaric exclusive. I only got one of these because these are a little pricey. Not crazy or anything like that, but enough to make me not buy multiples. So, this is Barbaric number 1. I forget what exclusive this is, but again, this is a super cool cover. I'm trying to collect all those Barbaric number. So, as far as exclusives go, I think I'm done with the exclusives, and if I could find cover A at a reasonable price, that's what I'm going to do, because they plan on it doing an ongoing series from what I heard in 2022, which is a bit of a ways away, and that's if people enjoy this series, and I think a lot of people are for the most part, myself included. It's my top series so far out right now. So I have high hopes for this one, and I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Alrighty. So let's see what we got in this one. And during the break, while I was figuring out what was wrong with my camera, my wife and my daughter got home from shoe shopping. We're going to be going back to school next week, and I asked her to pick up some sushi on the way home, because that is one of my favorites. So we just got done having sushi lunch. It was delicious. Got the spicy crab, the eel cracker roll. I think the other one was a Philly roll, so they put like Philly cream cheese in it, and I want to say salmon. And that one's just kind of basic, but it's really good. And then there's an Alaskan roll. I think that one has tuna, avocado, and mango in it. And that one's good as well. The mango really does something in the sushi. Just gives it a burst of flavor in the right way. And then I load it up with wasabi and ginger and soy sauce. And I always order enough so I have a snack for later, because we don't get it very often. I wouldn't even say once a month we get it. It's probably like once every 2 months, if that. So when I get it, I tend to overdo it, because that's me. As you can tell with my giant stack of books, when I do things I overdo it. I become obsessed, if you will, an obsessive person. But I feel like if you're going to excel at anything, you have to be obsessed a little bit. So I don't count that as a negative. Alrighty. So this one is The Joker Presents a Puzzle Box number 1, one of the variant covers. And when I read this story, I thought it might be quite interesting, and I think it is. So I probably could have done without that one. But either way, it's mine now. Alright, and then I got more Barbaric, the Hal Jordan, or Hal Lauren. That's this 500 print run. And I probably have about 5 or 10% of those. No, I don't have that many. Maybe like 1%. So I own 1% of the Hal Lauren market. The Barbaric number 1. Yeah, because Christ. I have frickin' 4 of them in here, plus that other one. Told you, I'm obsessed and I overdo things. That's me. That's how I like it. Spice of life. You only live once, right? Okay. So I keep just checking my camera, make sure things are still rolling. I don't want to go another 15 minutes only just to find out I'm talking to myself again. So just did a quick camera check. And now we're back to it. So this is just a big Gemini in this priority mailer. I have no idea what's in here. And neither do you. Let's see what we got. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Wherever you are. How do we open this baby up? There we go. There we go. Nice pull tab. Ooh. So this is something that's killing the children. I forget what these are. I think I got... Well, we're gonna see. I thought it was like a small run. Okay, and that's what it is. So it's number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, and number 15. So when they did the new arc here, starting with number 16, I got into it at that point. And then I quickly went back to the back order, or the back issues, and saw what earlier ones I could pick up. And what I ended up grabbing was, I think number 12, number 14, and number 15. So I was missing 11 and missing 13. So I bought this small lot just because it was a reasonable price. And, well, that's number 11. Number 11, number 12, number 13, and these are all in really good condition. Number 14 and number 15. And I've been enjoying this. So I bought the trade paperback volumes 1, 2, and 3, all of them up to this point. And I got the first volume read, and I like the story, so I'm gonna continue with it. I'm gonna keep getting the new current issues. I'm obviously not up to that point, so I'm at issue number 6 right now. And I just have so much on the reading list. I don't have time to get to that right yet. But when I get caught up, that's what I jump to get even further caught up on Something Is Killing the Children anyway. My wife's reading that one. She enjoys that as well. That's the only one she's reading right now as far as comics, but that is a win. I got my dog sniffing around down there. What's up, buddy? You're like my little audience down there. Okay, so we're 2 away from the big ones. The big one. I think you guys won't like that one. What's up, bud? What's up? You want to say hi? No? Okay. He's my buddy. So I don't have a son, but I do have a boy dog. And that's just to keep it even in the household. So it's my wife, my daughter, and I needed a boy just to keep things even. So we got a boy dog. We rescued him. I guess they found him on the streets of Philly. He has really bad allergies and he has to take this allergy pill. So he gets one of those in the morning. But if we wouldn't have rescued him, for what they told us, his next stop was going to be being put down. So, you know, we took a chance. It was a little rough at the start. I don't know if any of you's rescued dogs. I'm sure some of you have that are watching the video. But it is not easy. The adjustment for the humans and for the pets is a bit stressful. And we were not properly told how to take our dog in and basically get him acclimated to our household, his new environment. So we had all these people coming over, you know, just stuff. We were treating him like a normal dog, like we had him forever. And here to find out, he's supposed to go through a decompression stage, which is it's just us at our house, and he gets used to his immediate family, which is us, until you start introducing him to everybody else. So we had no idea. It was a big learning curve, and at first it was really tough. Just getting him trained, and he didn't know much. He was a Philly street dog, you know, so he is the best thing we ever could have asked for. He's so kind and gentle. He's a really good pup. Alright, so this next one I'm specking on, I got 5 covers here, and it is the Recount #1. Now, I did pick this one up off of Scout Comics months ago. I was just perusing on their site, seeing what's out there, and a lot of the covers I never heard of before. I saw them in the shop, so I grabbed a few. Here to find out that they sometimes offer these before they ever hit the shelves, so I didn't know that. So I got the Recount #1, figured I'd give it a shot. It sounded good, and it is very good. I wish I would have picked up more copies at the cover price. I think I paid like 10 bucks for these. At least that's what the sticker says. So who knows? But I'm specking on this one a little bit. This story's good. I could definitely see this as a show or a movie. Very realistic with what's going on right now. But that one has been good. So that's the Recount #1. And if you haven't read that one, I'd highly suggest giving that one a shot. It's just basically the White House gets taken over by, you know, some, what would you call it? They're like the groups that fight for themselves, that come together and make their own groups or coalitions, and they wear clown masks, and they are basically representing for the people and doing like a takeover. But they're so deep in the system, they have some of their own players in the government as moles that pop up and start going to work then after being undercover. So it's interesting, very interesting. Alright, and then this next one I have here, let me get this freaking scotch tape off. Next one is just 4 copies of Shang-Chi #3 for Shang-Chi's, I believe it's his sister, Zalon, and she can transfer music into energy. So Shang-Chi #3, so that's a little bit of a spec. I suggest if you find any, pick them up. I found whatever I could find on the shelves. Grabbed basically 1 copy each week that I was there, that there were some left over. I don't ever rate the shelves. You know, if there's copies left, I'll grab one that week, and I'll give people an opportunity to get other ones. And if I come back the next week and they're still there, I'll grab another copy. So that's how I do things. And then when they're all gone and I feel I still want more, then I turn to the interwebs. Alright, so I think this is the big one. And I'm going to save this one for last, actually. Might as well go out with a bang. Let's do this one. I like getting these boxes because sometimes when I ship out, and I think this is a bit overdone, so you got some paper there, and then a Gemini mailer. That's fine. I could always use the boxes and the paper. You know, I keep everything. I store it over there for when I sell stuff, so I'll take it. That, then we got another wrap. This one was wrapped right tight. The only thing about opening all these up, big mess I got going over there. But I'll be excited. I just got boxes and boards, not boxes and boards, just boxes, storage boxes. I got the stackable short boxes that come in the shell. So you can pull them out like a filing cabinet. That way I can stack them on top of each other and I don't have to take the top ones off to remove the lids to get at the bottom ones, because that's a pain. So this is going to make it much easier. And then I got the exterior shells for the long boxes that I could put that in and do the same with those, pull those out so I can stack them on top of each other. And that's just going to save me a ton of space. So it turns out this one here, oh sweet. This one here is just that last set of Stray Dog books. that came out. I didn't know these were going to be so widely available. I mean, I knew if they were giving people a heads up to get these pre-ordered that there were going to be quite a few, but it just seemed like I ordered one set and then someone would offer the set for cheaper. So I'm like, yeah, why not? How can you turn that down? So I think I have like 3 or 4 sets of these books, which isn't a bad thing. You know, everyone loves Stray Dogs, and Dog Days, which is going to be the next series for Stray Dogs, is coming out. So they're continuing on with the series, which is great. Get some people interested. The one that comes to my mind is Sweet Tooth. So they had the original Sweet Tooth come out, and then I don't think I was in it at that point, but I saw Sweet Tooth Returns, and to me, I thought that was the #1, so I got in on that. Here to find out that there's an original Sweet Tooth, and the Sweet Tooth original #1 was worth some money, so I never picked that up. But you know, when they continue on with these series, there's a chance that the original #1 or the original series, you know, Kanto is another one. The #1 for the first series is a crazy amount of money. So who knows? We'll see. I like Stray Dogs. That's one of my other ones I like to collect. And I got, I think, well, it looks like I got the whole set here. But I really wanted this Stray Dogs blank sketch. I'm hoping to get my dog drawn on it. But I looked at the prices for that, and it's like $200 to get your dog sketched on this thing, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to reassess that. $200 is a lot. Okay, and then this is the Department of Truth exclusives that I bought. I like these covers. There looks like a trail camera out in the woods caught these, and you got some zombified Bigfoots out there. So that one's cool. That one's right up front, and here this one just has glowing eyes in the back. So you don't quite know what it is. Almost like this one would go first, and then that one I just showed you would come in second, where it's right up close in the pictures. But that's super cool. And that's how it has the timestamp, actually. It does have the, down here at the bottom, property of, the date and the time the pictures were taken, and this one was definitely taken first. And then this one was taken second, so that's cool. I made a mistake and bought 2 sets of these, and I only wanted one, but I'll deal with it. Alright. Okay, for the big mama jamma. Alrighty. So I haven't been buying any real big, large keys, just because it's a lot of money for one book. And as you can see, I like to buy a ton of books. But again, shout out to Robert the G-Man for giving me his fatherly advice on where I should be putting my money when it comes to investments. And that's exactly what I did here. Now this is what would be considered a modern key, and even to some, a modern blue chip key, depending on who you ask and who you talk to. But this was one that was still reasonably priced. This guy's very popular. He's in a lot of stuff. You know, there's like Miles Morales. That would be another great one to have. That one's a bit expensive. Well, all of them are that are what would be considered the blue chip modern keys. But without further ado, this is New Mutants 98, a CBCS 9.8, and it has white pages. So that is beautiful. That's my big book of the month. And I didn't really care if it was CBCS or CGC. I especially did not care because there was a significant price difference in CBCS to CGC. And looking at this thing, from what I can tell, it looks like a 9.8. So what I was thinking was, if it comes and it looks like a 9.8 and I ever wanted to get it re-slabbed in a CGC, I could do that. And if I looked at it and didn't think it would be 9.8 worthy, I'd just keep it in this container. But I probably got, just because it was CBCS, and I don't want to say I lowballed the guy, but I shot him over like a pretty cheap number, knowing it was a CBCS, and it was in an auction, and I shot him a number, and of course it was like the last day of the auction, so he let it go, and nobody bought it. And then he emailed me or messaged me and said if I was still interested, we could work something out. So I said, okay, let's do that. And then he shot me over a number asking me if I could do it, and I said, this is what I could do. And he relisted the book and never said anything, and I was like, well, I guess that means no. But then later on in the day, he says, submit the offer that you told me I could do. So I did, and so he gave me the book. Then he accepted that offer. So that's how this one came to be. But CGC, I want to say, was going for close to 2,000, and I know this, well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure this book was going for higher a couple months ago, and it had came down, in my opinion. So CGC, that one was going for around high 1900. But this one, I got this for $17.50, which I didn't think was a bad price. It was almost $250 cheaper. Now with taxes and everything, that pretty much took me right back up to where I was. But I don't know, I think that was a good deal. So this is it. This is my big book of the month, maybe even of the year, we'll see. This case is pretty sweet too. It's like flatter on the back and rounded in the front. I have nothing but, well, no, I have a few CGCs, but this must be one of their newer ones. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. So this one's nice. That's all I have for the end of the video. So all these books back here, like I said, there's something for everyone. This would be an older book for, no, it's not crazy old, I know that. It'd still be considered modern, but, you know, something like this. And then I have that Fantastic Four, king size number 4. So there's a good variation of books in there. So my 2 shout outs are for Rod the Ricken, thank you for those exclusives of The Edge, and for Robert the G-Man for just pointing me in the right direction and giving me some light nudges in the way to go as far as investing. Those Silver Age keys, there's a lot of keys in the Silver Age, ton of first appearances of guys that are showing up a lot everywhere, and also some Golden Age, and he didn't really mention modern, but I feel like this, I'm hoping, gets his approval for modern books, because, you know, they're doing a lot with Deadpool. Deadpool's a likable character. I do like Deadpool. He's a jokey, sarcastic kind of guy, and that's the kind of stuff I like to read. And I'm jokey and sarcastic myself, so that's right up my alley. And that's all we got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again if you made it this far. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What's your favorite of all the books that I unpackaged today? And just let me know which one you liked. And I'll see you guys in the next one.